I'd like to thank you all for 3 million views in 3 years' time. It's humbling, it's amazing, it's exciting, rewarding. I'm proud, and I think it's going to be interesting to see where things go from here. It's also a bit bittersweet because things have devolved quite a bit with YouTube here with this channel. I don't know how much specifically it's to do with NMN, but I think a lot of it is based on the timing of the downturn in reach. Also hate to see when people feel the need to unsubscribe or go. Sometimes I wonder if it's just a protest vote for a specific video or a point they don't like, and they just sort of unsubscribe and then come back later. Because overall, subscriptions do slowly continue to grow. We're going on 30,000. It's not massive by any stretch, but it's kept me here. You know, you guys have kept me here, reporting on my results with NMN. Listen, a lot of people have asked lately, why don't you, and the whole time really, why don't you talk about other topics? Because they like coming back to the channel and they'd like to hear about, my views about other things other than just NMN and natural products. I've stuck with it because every time I've deviated into things like, drink less alcohol or eat less sugar, the views just don't happen. So with YouTube, the way it's set up, if you deviate from your niche, you're not going to get reach. You're not going to get an audience. You're better off just starting a new channel. I've researched this a bit with other channels, and that's really what they do when they want to talk about something else. And you'll see a lot of people do that. They'll just peel off another channel, use their name and then something else, another descriptor. I've got some plans to talk about other things. It'll probably involve another channel and certainly other outlets. I don't want to pigeonhole myself just to YouTube, so I do think I'll spread my wings out a bit. But just to recap how things have gone over the 3 years, I've tried to be fair. I've tried to be fair with reporting my results. I started doing this channel about NMN reporting because I was following channels about NMN reporting, and I was wishing for more channels about NMN reporting, because it was pretty amazing the comments from people that were taking it in addition to those that I was following that were taking it. And then when I started doing it, I just said, man, it'd be cool to just do that, right? It was something I wanted to see more of. So I just made the channel that I was wanting to see to begin with. And it's been even more fun, more rewarding than just watching other channels. I've tried to be fair with viewers' wishes. People have requested certain things. I've tried to fulfill those when I could. I do read the comments. I pay attention to them. The responses from people are important to me. Even the negative ones, I find myself thinking about the criticisms. There were quite a few in my reaction video to recent Trump events with the shooting and the assassination attempt. I was stunned by it, shook up by it, and I reported what I was thinking about when I watched it. And I wasn't picking a side, and I'm still not going to pick a side. It's just not the way I am. It's not the way I like to project things. I've got sentiments towards everybody, not just in the country. Half my viewers are not in the US. So I speak from an American perspective, but I live in Europe. That happened because I was stationed here in the Air Force. People ask me sometimes or comment about that. Well, he's living in Europe. Yeah, because I moved here 8 years ago with my kids, wanted them to learn another culture the way that I did when I was stationed here. Now they speak 3 languages fluently, English, Russian, and German. My wife's originally from Russia, but she's also an American citizen now. And they're learning French. So that wouldn't have happened. That would just not have happened this way. To become fully fluent in 3 languages and then learning more, living in the U.S. We just wouldn't have had the opportunities. I know that some people can stretch out and do that, but it's less common when you're residing in the U.S. We came to Europe to expose them to that. We've stayed because we all like it here. But that doesn't mean that I don't talk about America as a U.S. citizen because I am a U.S. citizen. It's just like you don't need to live in Chicago to be a Cubs fan. You don't need to live in the city whose team you might support or a city that you like. It might be your favorite city. It doesn't mean you need to live there, right? So I am still proud to be an American. My kids are proud to be Americans, and we do try to visit, when we can. I've also tried to be fair reporting about NMN and talking about, even the FDA, even especially David Sinclair. Without David Sinclair, I wouldn't have found out about NMN and many of the other topics and supplements that he has talked about. And I take now. I just have a big disagreement with his stand on trying to make NMN an exclusive drug, and then his denials about it, which just really rubbed me and many viewers the wrong way because, listen, we're just reporting on events as we see them unfold. Like to see this change. I think it's still going to be an ongoing topic until there's some conclusive decision made. And I hope it's to the benefit of the natural ingredient community. Going forward, there will be changes. People have asked for changes. It's coming. I've talked about it many times. I'm still working toward that end. There are other topics, music, some sports related. In general, I'm going to be spreading my wings a bit with some of the progress that I've been making and how I disseminate the information about the progress and sharing that. I hope you'll stick with me. I don't like seeing people leave, but then again, sometimes maybe there's some tightening up of the circle that is healthy, to sort of cement the relationships with people that maybe are more inclined to believe the way I am. So opening up a bit might push some people away, but might attract more people that do agree with me, that are here, that like the sentiments of being a centrist or, being open-minded to other people's opinions, even when I don't agree with them. So unity, I think, is something that I'm trying to live and not just talk about here. And it's ironic that I talk about unity and see people leave. But, if that's the way it needs to go to get where I'd like to go, then we have to go there, again, without fear. It'd be easy to react to fear. That's the easy route. I could avoid topics that are uncomfortable, or I could deviate completely from talking about NMN because I've seen what happens due to the database that has listed it based on the FDA's instructions, and seeing what it's done to this channel traffic. Wow, some people changed the name of their channels because they had NMN in the name, and they literally changed their channel name to avoid this. So it's not just me. But at some point I just said, why would I avoid talking about what I wanted to talk about to begin with? And again, as I've said before, if that means I'll only get a certain amount of reach and stick with a certain core audience, then so be it. I do think we're going to grow, for those of you that like to see the channel grow and would like to see us talking to more people here. When I talk about us, it's me and you and your comments. So I think the time for that is coming, and I'm going to remain positive. I'm excited. I started down this path because of family. As I said, I came to Germany because I wanted my family to be exposed to living in Europe as I was as a young adult. And it's played out really well for us, amazingly well, while still maintaining our identity as Americans and as positive people. I try to be positive to everybody I encounter. I have my bad days. I have my bad moments. I'm not always in the right, for sure. I have failings. But when things go wrong, it's interesting because NMN has empowered me, I feel, psychologically, to be more upbeat, to be more positive, to look at the bright side, and to endure difficulties a lot better. I'm just a lot more patient. I'm so happy with the time I have that when things don't go well, I don't waste time being upset. Typically, if I do, it's just a very short, brief amount of time and then get on with life. So again, Thank you for the 3 million views, the almost 30,000 subscribers in the 3 years that we've had here together. I hope to see you for many, many more. Again, look out for the changes. They're coming. I'm looking for them as well. I hope your summer goes extremely well, and I'll talk to you real soon.